everybody. So today in reading, we are going to focus on poetry. We did this a little bit earlier in the year, and we're going to come right back around to it. Specifically this week, we're going to be looking at the theme of poems, and a sentence frame that you're going to be able to use is I think the theme is blank because the author tells me blank. So we'll be using that throughout the lesson today. So, guys, I can't even express how many different types of poetry there are. I have 4 on the screen here. We've got haikus, which they have a very specific amount of syllables in each line. We have acrostic. You know, when you would write out your friend's name going up and down, kind of like the word school here, and you would write out a letter that describes them, that's a type of poetry. Another type is concrete, where the poem is actually in the shape of what the poem is talking about. And there's also limericks as well. Guys, there are so many different types. I don't think I could possibly fit all the different types of poetry on this screen, but I wanted to show you a few of the most popular different kinds. So, like I said, we looked at poetry earlier in the year, and we practiced reading them, and you guys got to write some poems as well. But this week, we're going to be looking at poems that other people have written, and we're going to be focusing on finding the theme of those poems. So, what is theme? Some of you may remember there was a little clue that we used earlier in the year when we learned about theme, because we've learned about it for stories as well, not just poetry. But theme, in case you've forgotten, is the message that we get from the story. In other words, it's that lesson that the author wants us to learn after we read it, right? And you'll see right here, we've got the message, and then in parentheses it kind of spells out theme. It's the message of the story. What are we supposed to learn from the story? So we're going to practice this today. I'm going to model this strategy for you of how to figure out the theme. The first poem that we're going to look at is called Please, Thank You, and Pardon Me. So we're going to read through this, and then we're going to go through the strategy of how to find the theme. Please, thank you, and pardon me are such nice words to say to teacher and to little friends for what they do each day. Please, I need some crayons now. I thank you, if I may. And pardon me, I did not hear. What is that you say? Please, thank you, and pardon me are such nice words to say. Try them once and try them twice. You'll like to talk that way. Oh, I liked that poem. So in my head, really, I need to be thinking to myself, in order to figure out the theme, I need to be thinking, what is the poem mostly about, right? What is the poem mostly about? What lesson do I need to be learning? So, one strategy that works pretty well when I'm trying to figure out the themes is to go back through and read each stanza and rewrite in my own words what I think is happening there. So, for those of you that aren't sure or don't remember what a stanza is, you'll notice there's gaps between certain parts of the poem, right? You see these gaps right here? It's almost like they're the paragraphs of the poem, but in poetry it's called a stanza. So this would be one stanza, this one would be the second stanza, and this one would be the third stanza. So what I've done is I've gone through each stanza and said, what is the author really saying in that stanza? What is it really saying? And I'm going to write that in my own words so that I can understand that section better. And by understanding the whole poem better, maybe I can understand what message the author is trying to get me to understand. So this first stanza says, please, thank you, and pardon me are such nice words to say to teacher and to little friends for what they do each day. So what I took from that was, I thought, okay, what is that paragraph or that stanza saying to me? Well, the stanza tells me we should say, please, thank you, and pardon me to everyone to be nice, right? Because it says, please, thank you, and pardon me. They are nice words to say to teacher and to little friends. So to me, that says those words are things that we should say to everyone. In my words, that's what that part of the poem is telling me. So now I'm going to look at the second stanza. It says, please, I need some crayons now. I thank you, if I may. And pardon me, I did not hear. What is that you say? Well, when I think about those, I notice all these quotations in here, almost as if these are different sentences that you could say. And I notice this one has please, this one has thank you, and this one has pardon me. Well, those are the 3 words they're telling us that we should use. So it's almost like these are examples of ways that we could use those in a sentence. So what I said was that this stanza tells me examples of how we can use please, thank you, and pardon me. That's all the author's doing. He's giving us examples of how we can use them. That one was pretty simple. So now I'm going to look at the third and final stanza. Please, thank you, and pardon me are such nice words to say. Try them once and try them twice. You'll like to talk that way. Well, when I think about, okay, what is the author really saying there? What did I just read? How can I put it in my own words? Well, okay, those are all nice things to say, but it's telling me that I should try them, and maybe I would like the way that I feel, or maybe I would like saying those things to people. So what I said was, this stanza tells me that they're nice words to use, and that once I start using them, I will like doing it. So now, guys, my thing that I'm going to start to do is think, what do I think the poem is about now? Now that I've gone through and understand what each stanza is talking to me about, I can really think, okay, what is the whole thing about, and what is the author trying to get me to learn? What is that theme? Now, oftentimes, theme is just 1 or 2 words. It's not often or always a long sentence. Most of the time, you can describe it in 1 or 2 words. So here's a sentence frame that I told you about earlier that we're going to use. It says, I think the theme is blank because the author tells me blank. It's a good way to keep your thoughts together. So, you ready to hear what I said the theme was? I said, I think the theme of this poem is politeness because the author tells me what kind words I can use and how I can use them. You'll notice I used the sentence frame, I think the theme of this poem is, because the author tells me, and that helped me to really organize my thoughts. So you'll see I pulled information that I learned from the poem to help me prove that I think that theme is politeness. Just like everything we do, guys, we can't just say something. We have to be able to back it up with evidence. That's always very important. So let's try another one together. All right. This poem is called Wonderful Trees. Trees, wonderful trees, waving in the breeze. Birds lay eggs and nest. Squirrels climb up to rest. Many fruits to be eaten. Maple syrup to sweeten. Cool shade from the sun. Bright leaves by the ton. So if you could please, take care of our trees. I like that one. So, I have the poem here again, and I kind of just spread it apart a little bit so we could write out what happened in each stanza. So, if you're watching this video, I would like you to pause it for a moment and think what happens in each stanza. How could you put it in your own words? So, go ahead and pause and think about that for a moment. So, let's see. If we go through each stanza, I'll look at the first one. Trees, wonderful trees, waving in the breeze. Okay, well, let's see what we got. See if this is similar to what you were thinking. The stanza tells me that trees are wonderful and that the wind blows through them. That was pretty simple, right? Okay. The second one, birds lay eggs and nest, squirrels climb up to rest. Let's see. The stanza tells me that birds and squirrels both use the trees. You notice how I'm putting these in my own words. It's still going to be similar because I'm saying what it's about, but I have it in my own words in a way that I understand it. Next one. Let's see if this is close to what you were thinking. The stanza tells me that trees give us fruit and syrup. So they're telling us something good that the tree gives us. Fruits and maple syrup that we can use. Okay, this next one. Cool shade from the sun, bright leaves by the ton. I said, this stanza is basically telling me that trees give us shade from the sun and that they have leaves and probably tons of them, right? That's what that one was about. Last one. So if you could please take care of our trees. I thought this one was pretty simple, right? This stanza tells me to take care of the trees. That's what they want me to do, right? So how'd you do on this? Did you think of some of the same things I did? So now I need to think, what do I think the poem is about now? Now that I've gone through each of those stanzas and I know exactly what each one was trying to tell me. I'm going to go back for a moment. I want you to think. I think the theme of this poem is blank. What would you say the theme of this poem is? Pause here if you need to take a minute to think. Let's see. We have our sentence frame. Keep that in mind. I think the theme is blank because the author tells me blank. Now, if you already have one, see how similar it is to mine if we were on the same wavelength here. And if you need to, take another minute to pause in case you don't have yours yet. I think the theme is saving Earth or saving the trees because the author tells me all the good things that we get from the trees and why we should save them. Notice in there, he tells us about the breeze, about how it's a home for animals, how good it is for them, things we get from the trees, and it kind of explaining to us why we should save them. So I think that the theme is saving Earth or saving the trees, whichever way you want to say it. Notice my theme here is about 1 or 2 words in general, like it should be, but I keep it short. But then I've given my explanation because the author tells me all the good things that we get from trees and why we should save them. So guys, today on Canvas, you're going to complete an assignment and it's going to be called 5.18, today's date, poetry theme. So you're going to read another poem just like we just did, and you're going to write out what each stanza is about, just like we did here. Just wrote it out beside them what it was about in our own words. And then you are going to write one whole sentence, using that sentence frame to tell me what you think the theme is. So I think the theme is blank because the author tells me blank. I think you guys are going to have fun with this. I think you guys are going to get this really easy. So good luck and have fun.